Lingzhou Mountain, surrounded by fairy qi, cranes flying and birds singing, fresh air, abundant spiritual power, low carbon dioxide content, sufficient oxygen content, mountain trails, flowers and birds, walking after meals prolongs life. But boom! A loud noise alarmed the birds in the forest, and a huge water dragon hit a small black spot in the sky. The little black spot in the sky fell straight to the ground. Around his chest, he struggled to stand up, his whole body wet. He licked the blood at the corner of his mouth, mixed with the water drops on his face, and drank it. It turned out to be a little sweet. While floating, a woman wearing a veil and wet hair touches the floor barefoot, her eyes resentful, shameful, annoyed and angry. The woman has a beautiful appearance and exquisite features. Like an art treasure, the white silk tie is tied around the waist, adding a delicate appearance. The cicada-like black veil became more aura, but it also inadvertently added a delicate, soft and smooth 3,000 hairs flowing down like a waterfall, making it more elegant and elegant. Zhonglin. I ask you. Loved. Ah. The woman flicked her sleeves, mixed with the fragrance of flowers and the smell of bathing spring water. A strong wind rushed directly on Zhonglin's body and flew far away. Stood up again with difficulty, Zhonglin didn't have the slightest hatred in his eyes, and some only had helplessness in the world. Why? Zhonglin. My Longmen sect treats you very well, why did you steal the dragon veins? On the cobblestone road, the woman stepped forward with her bare white feet, raised her long sword, and her soul questioned the man in front of her. Didn't the senior sister ask me for peeking at your shower? The pretty face of the woman turned red to the root of her ears all at once. Don't talk about it. Zhonglin. Why are you betraying my sect? Why betrayed? Straightened up, the man named Zhonglin looked up to the sky. Yeah, why betrayed? Thinking of this, 2 lines of tears flowed silently from the corner of Zhonglin's eyes. I still remember that when I just finished the college entrance examination, I was sitting in front of the computer with the air conditioner on, drinking happy fat house water and playing with Dean's caressing, and used all my hard-earned money to open the box. It turned out that I opened up almost 2,000 yuan, all of which were resurrection coins. Just after the last box was opened, when there was still a pile of resurrection coins, I was so angry. As a result, I crossed into this inexplicable world of cultivating immortals. It is impossible to cultivate immortals. What is good for cultivating immortals? I read those novels in my previous life, and the strong resources that rob you every day have become a stepping stone on the path of the protagonist. Just when Zhonglin was planning to live an ordinary life in this world, he was picked up at the age of 8 and became a disciple of the demon cult inexplicably. I wanted to quit the magical golden basin and wash his hands to live a secluded life, but what kind of villain system was there, forcing himself, a Miyoshi boy, to do things like people in the magical section? Because in order to complete the demon education performance, Zhonglin came. Longmei is a special product of Longmenzong. It can produce 4 pieces a year. You can improve your cultivation by making tea and chewing. Recruitment through the sect. No, it was recruiting through the sect. Zhonglin successfully enrolled and became a direct disciple for a year. I finally came into contact with the dragon veins, and today I can finally steal it out to complete the task. But who wants it? The route I chose to escape happened to be the Lingchuan Pond of Mount Lingzhou. At that time, the master sister happened to be taking a bath. Zhonglin really didn't want to watch it all. Although I wanted to watch it, I really didn't watch it. As a result, when I was about to fly far away, the cheating system suddenly came on a mission, and I wanted to take a peek at the master sister to take a bath. Finally, I took a peek, and the mission was completed, but it was also discovered. Zhonglin, answer me, if you have a secret, senior sister can help you, and Zongmen can help you too. Longmenzong's direct disciple Lin Qingguan bit her pink lips, her beautiful eyes with anxiety and sorrow. Recalling his introverted appearance when he first entered Longmen sect, he shouted with his senior sister, who would rather be punished and give food to the mistaken self. He was injured and took care of himself overnight. Lin Qingguan's eyes moved with tears. Senior sister, I'm sorry, the ways are different. Zhang Lin sighed lightly, and Zhang Lin looked at Lin Qingguan affectionately. Actually, I am a member of the demon cult. What? The spring breeze gently stroked the hem of the girl's gauze skirt, and when she heard Zhang Lin's answer, Lin Qingguan opened her mouth slightly, and she looked so incredible, cute, think. Cough cough, cough cough. 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 With emotions brewing, Zhang Lin coughed violently. Suddenly, before Lin Qingguan could react, Zhang Lin directly rushed to Lin Qingguan, who was holding the sword and pointing at him. Puff! The long sword penetrated Zhang Lin's heart, a mouthful of old blood was still spit out, and he fell forward. Brother! Lin Qingguan stretched out her lotus arm to take Zhang Lin, hugged Zhang Lin, and circled in the air. Lin Qingguan sat on the ground holding Zhang Lin beautifully. Zhang Lin leaned against Lin Qingguan's arms and smelled her fragrant. Sister, sorry, I know I have done too much. In Lin Qingguan's arms, Zhang Lin touched Lin Qingguan's delicate and white cheeks. At this time, the girl was already crying in a rainstorm. Actually, I don't want to. I don't want to be a demon cult, a member of the demon cult. Zhang Lin, stop talking, you reading www.yunsha.com. I will treat you now. No. Sister, it's too late. Jianglin held Lin Qingguan's weak boneless hand and placed it on his chest. Senior sister, I betrayed the sect. I deserve to die for the crime, and being able to die in the hands of senior sister is the greatest happiness of my life in Zhonglineer. Stop talking, stop talking. Lin Qingguan's tears fell ticking down, hugging Zhang Lin tightly. Zhang Lin also shamelessly shrank Lin Qingguan's arms outside his head. Sister, I'm sorry, the dragon veins have been refined by me. If I die, the dragon veins will disappear and cannot be repaid. If there is an afterlife, I will repay the senior sister. Senior sister, and there is one thing I must say. Sister, Before the words were finished, Zhang Lin's paws of the girl's oil dropped to the ground. Zhang Lin turned into thousands of light spots, disappeared into the girl's arms, and there was no clothes left. No. On Lingzhou Mountain, the girl's soft voice spread across the forest, heartbroken in grief. Ding! The sound of a silver coin falling quietly sounded from the horizon, and a bright light fell to the ground, and Zhang Lin appeared unharmed in the distance. The 9,999 resurrection coins that came to this cultivation world with Zhang Lin -1. Good risk, my acting skills should be alright? Run quickly, or you'll be over if you are caught. Resurrecting Zhang Lin breathed a sigh of relief, and hurriedly sneaked away with the spirit of the horse with the 4 dragon veins. At the same time, the voice of the system sounded in Zhang Lin's mind again. Congratulations to the host for completing the villain task, peeking at the protagonist Lin Qingguan, fairy bathing. Reward, 1. Notoriety value plus 500, already 5,000, 2. Body quencher. Please keep up the efforts of the host and set off on the road of the villain with no ancients and no comers. Is the reward so generous? Zhang Lin, who was riding in the air with an aura of energy, was a little surprised. After all, he was just taking a peek at Senior Sister Lin's bath. Is it because Senior Sister Lin is so beautiful? Forget it, don't worry, I will return to the sect first. With the sound of driving, Zhang Lin hurriedly flew to the Sun Moon Demon sect in Wutong Prefecture, riding a horse transformed by aura. There are a total of Kyushu in the world, and the area of Wutong Prefecture ranks in the middle of Kyushu. The Sun Moon God sect is also in the middle position in the ranking of Wutong Demon Cult. Although it is not a small school, it is not too big. Spent 3 days and 3 nights on the road, Zhang Lin returned to the Double Everest where he practiced. Xiaolin Lin Jianglin had just landed, and a woman in a white gauze butterfly suit hugged him directly. "Master, self-respect, self-respect." Jianglin wanted to push her away, but just couldn't push her away. It's okay, Xiaolinlin, are you hurt?" Raising her head in Zhang Lin's arms, the woman's eyes are like the waves of autumn water, her delicate face has no flaws, and her brush-like eyelashes make people want to pull out a few with every blink. "It's okay, but if you hold me like this, master, I'm going to suffocate." "Ah, sorry." The woman named Zhang Yuni was reluctant to let go, and arranged the collar for Zhang Lin by the way. "Hey, master, these are the 4 dragon veins I found in the secret realm recently when I went out. You should hand them in as soon as possible. The targets for this year should be completed." Zhang Lin took out the 4 dragon veins from the storage ring, and a spirit power wafted the entire summit of Mount Everest. Every peak of the Sun Moon God sect has evil indicators, just like the system assigns tasks. The popular point is performance. If the performance is unqualified, everyone on that peak will be held accountable, and even the peak will be recovered, even though it is called Double Everest. Just 2 people, Zhang Lin and Zhang Yamu. But Double Everest is after all my only home in this world. Anyway, my home can't be lost. And Double Everest has not completed the target for 3 consecutive years. No, it should be said that it has 0 performance. The Double Everest will be recovered in the 4th year, so Zhang Lin is very sorry to be in Longmen in order to repay the debt in one go. Zone lurked, and then very sorry to retrieve the 4 dragon veins. Although I am very sorry, but I can only repay it if I find something in the future. It really is a pure dragon vein, aura is very abundant and thick and big, but Xiaolin, did you really find it by yourself? Stealing things is not good. Master, we are members of the demon cult. That's not good either. Well, this is indeed what I found. Really? Really? The two looked at each other for 3 seconds, and Zhang Yuni smiled openly, "I believe you." Jianglin sighed. Fortunately, his master was silly and white, and he was better to fool. The fish paste clicked on the 4 dragon veins floating in the middle of the two, and the fish paste looked at it repeatedly. "Now, Xiaolin, we have to hide these 4 dragon veins so that we can help you break through to the sea-viewing realm. If you practice boxing, maybe you can also help you train a pure martial artist." "Woo, it hurts." Before Zhang Yuni was finished, Zhang Lin knocked a chestnut on the head of the master. Zhang Yuni hugged his head with his hands, pouting his mouth, like a little squirrel. Shui Lingling's eyes moved from bottom to top with a grievance. Looking at Zhang Lin. "Master, what are you talking about? If the dragon veins are gone, our house will be gone. Forget it, I will take it and hand it in by myself. Maybe I can apply for more funding. Our house should be repaired." Zhang Lin sighed, "And I don't need this. Hey? Another thing, we can live in thatched cottages. This dragon vein is really good for you." As he said, Zhang Yuni stretched out his slender hand to collect the dragon veins. Fortunately, Zhang Lin held it up high, and the girl crawled on Zhang Lin's body, but she couldn't reach it. "Give it to me." "No." "Give it to me." "No. I am the master." "Master." "Hey. The crow is here." "Hey. Selling newspapers, selling newspapers, selling newspapers for a snowflake, selling newspapers." On the summit of Double Everest, the huge crow that has been carrying the bamboo box is yelling non-stop. "Put away the dragon veins." Zhang Lin threw a snowflake money high, the crow took it and dropped a newspaper. "Thank you for your patronage. Welcome to order next time." Xiaolin really likes to read newspapers. Zhang Linbei gave master a glance. "We must keep up with the times. What if the times change?" After taking the newspaper, Zhang Lin didn't know why. He always felt very unsure in his heart. As expected, when the newspaper was unfolded, a headline suddenly appeared in front of Zhang Lin's eyes. Surprised? Why did Fairy Lin King Guan, the great sister of Long Menzong, tear her heart and cry on the forest trail, and why she didn't say a word behind closed doors? Then why did her realm fall into two realms? What happened in it? Is this a moral distortion or is it a moral distortion? The loss of humanity? Please read the column to take you into the hidden secrets of Fairy Lin King Guan. Ding! As soon as I saw it in the newspaper column in my hand, the system dinged. The protagonist's plot trigger, the protagonist Lin King Guan, born with the Eucharist, was damaged due to the host, and is expected to repair the Taoist heart within 3 years. Since then, he will hate the magic sect. In 10 years, nearly 90% of the magic sect will be cleared in Wutong, 11 years later. In Wutong Prefecture, it took 10 years to kill the host n times day and night. After reading the book www.yuyuganshu.com, Yuyu raised the host's ashes and proclaimed soaring, hoping the host would do it well. Suddenly, Zhang Lin felt himself shaking. Kill me n times and then fly up? Still raising ashes? Sister is not shaking s, right? Can't do it. This kind of thing must not happen. I want to kill this thing in the cradle, or I won't die tens of thousands of times in 10 years. Every death is painful, don't you want to go crazy? Xiaolin, what's the matter? You shouldn't do anything bad, right? Zhang Yamu asked worriedly, watching Zhang Lin's cold sweat. Master, we are originally members of the magic sect, who specialize in doing bad things. No, you were raised by me, you can't do bad things. Actually, my master was not like this, but the type of the queen of high coldness, but 7 or 8 years ago, when I was going out to practice, I accidentally snatched a girl's candied hawse, and then a bunch of old people jumped out. Protecting his shortcomings, and then to protect himself, his master was severely injured and unconscious. After waking up, his temperament changed drastically. But Zhang Lin also likes the character of his current master. Just, what should I do in 10 years, alas? Don't worry, master, I'm fine, I will hand in the dragon vein first. Although his master was silly, but he was particularly sensitive in some places. For fear of being seen, Zhang Lin relied on the horse to fly away, thinking of a way by the way. After arriving at the completion point of the Sun Moon God religion mission, Zhang Lin handed in Long Mai and applied for a lot of funds, so he thought about how to remedy it. And at this moment, in front of the wicked man taskbar, Zhang Lin's eyes suddenly lit up. The realm system of this book is taken from Jianlai, but some places need to be changed slightly for the sake of the book. Notorious taskbar, Zhang Lin generally calls it NPC taskbar. From grabbing a little girl's lollipop on the street to touching porcelain on the street, there are all kinds of tasks, updated once a week, and now, the reward and punishment hall has just sent people to update the task, and the taskbar is full of people. Let me, thank you, please let me please. Finally squeezed into the taskbar, at the top of the taskbar, the task of Destroy the Diamond Abbey was placed on top. Destroy the Diamond competition age, minimum 8 years old, maximum unlimited. Cultivation requirements, Dongfu Realm Monk and above. Task requirements, as shown in the question, any person in the demon cult can destroy Diamond Abbey, you can raise Diamond Abbey's surrounding prices, which makes people worry, you can also flirt with famous fairies, affect their Daoism, and even face-to-face. NTR gods and Taoists made them incompetent and furious. Task reward, the task reward depends on the extent of the destruction of the sect. Number of people required, unlimited, PS, it is recommended that 2 or more people form a team to facilitate mutual cooperation. That's it. Zhang Lin was overjoyed. According to the system, Senior Sister Lin will see through the world after several battles in this Dao sect competition, break the knot in the battle, and then hate the demon cult, and as long as she goes to the Dao sect by performing the mission Dabi, Sister Lin will definitely be able to come into contact with her, and finally she personally untie her heart knot, so as not to twist her mind. As for how to untie, Zhang Lin already had countless ideas at that moment, and they thought they were all extremely feasible. Just do what you say, and Zhang Lin immediately ran to the reward and punishment hall. Brother Zhang, what's wrong? You look so anxious. The person in charge of receiving Zhang Lin at the front desk is Fang Ruo. She is a senior female who is already on the first floor of the Yuan Ying realm. She has a good face and a great body. Countless people who accept tasks like to run to her window. After all, you can take a look at the mountain scenery, which is also excellent. Sister Fang, I want to take on the task of destroying the grand competition of the sect. Oh? Brother Zhang just returned from Longmen sect, don't you want to take a break? Brother Jiang's performance this time can make double Everest at least 4 years. It's a long story, but I still ask Sister Fang not to talk to my silly white sweet master about stealing the dragon veins. This is fine, but Brother Zhang owes me a favor. I will make an ice cream cake and deliver it. That's great, that's it. Fang Ruo clapped his hands, took out an application form and handed it to Zhang Lin. Just fill it out, and what about the person you teamed up with? He didn't? Are you coming? Team? I'm the only one. This can't be done. The risk of damaging the sect is very high, and it takes 2 people to cooperate before starting. But doesn't the taskbar say recommend team? Now it's changed, and the file in the taskbar will be changed soon. If there is no teammate, even if Xiao Jianglin asks me, I can't violate the rules. My sister is also for your good. Jianglin feels a little desperate. It's been less than 10 days since the Zongmen Grand Tournament. Where can I find a reliable teammate? You know, a pig teammate is much more terrifying than an opponent. Would you like to take Master Zhang Yumel with you? Forget it. It would be okay if it was the master before the big change in temperament. Even if he crosses the road by himself, the current master will be angry at himself with a small mouth. Just when Zhang Lin was thinking about putting his information in the reward and punishment hall to apply for team formation, a man suddenly came over. I'm going to take on the task of destroying the Zongmen Grand Competition. The man's voice was a little hoarse. For some reason, Zhang Lin always felt a bit contrary. Turned his head to look, when he saw the man, Zhang Lin's eyes lit up again. He knows this person. No, it should be said that few people in the Sun Moon Church don't know him. There are many types of monks in this world, but they are mainly divided into 3 categories. The most important ones are Confucian monks, Taoist monks, and Buddhist monks. In addition, there are hundreds of scholars such as soldiers, legalists, and peasants. These monks are collectively referred to as one category. The second category is sword repair, the most lethal, the most decisive, and the category with the highest threshold. The other category is martial arts. Although it is said to be martial arts, it cannot be regarded as a monk strictly speaking. It should be said that it is a pure martial artist, who specializes in physical training. Of course, there are also war mages who have double rests in the magic body, but most of them have limited achievements, and there will be conflicts between Wufu's true energy and spiritual energy. Generally, you need to choose when you reach a certain height. The monk realm is divided into 15 realms, which are 5 lower realms: copper skin, grassroots, willow tendons, backbone, building cottages; middle 5 realms: Dongfu, Guanhai, Longmen, Jindan, Yuanying; 5 realms: Yupu, immortal, ascension, and lost realm. Wufu is divided into 10 realms. The legend has 11 realms, but it exists in the legend. The 10 realms are: 3 realms of body refining, mud embryo realm, wooden embryo realm, mercury realm. The 3 realms of refining qi, the heroic realm, and the martial art realm. The 3 realms of refining the gods, the golden body realm, the Feathering Realm, and the Mountain Realm 10th Realm, Martial God Realm, and this person, Wu Qi Chenji. He is under 20 years old, but he is already a genius in the 6th stage of pure Wufu. He likes to exchange punches with others outside, and there are even rumors that this person likes to fight with bears shirtlessly in winter. Yu reading www.yuyuganshu.com is a lively fighting nation. Of course, what made Chen Jie most famous is not only his amazing martial arts talent, but also his extremely white and tender appearance. The flower is the appearance, the snow is the skin, the willow is the eyebrow, the jade is the bone, the lips are not dotted, but the eyebrows are not painted, but the eyebrows are not painted. Take care of King Grenchenj, and then take care of King Gren's country. It's a pity, I'm a man, and I hate other people saying that he looks like a woman. Once, a guy from the demon cult failed to say that he was a wife, and ended up lying in bed for 5 months. Once Zhonglin was also wondering if this guy was disguised as a man, but when he saw his Ma Ping Chuan and killed a bear by himself, this idea was completely dispelled. Chen Xiao, young master, you are going to destroy the Dao sect de Bai. Looking at Chen Jie, Fang Ruo opened his mouth slightly, as if eating a hot dog. Why? Can't it work? It's not impossible, but the elders in your family. I'll say it, you just need to go through the formalities for me. Does Mr. Chen have any teammates? Teammate? Yes, the requirements have been revised. 2 people are required to form a team. Chen Jialia frowned slightly, and he was sweet. I don't have teammates, and I don't need teammates. No. You need it. Just as Chen Jia's words fell, Zhonglin tossed the bangs in front of his forehead. This son. In Shijianglin, the opening disciple of the Double Everest and the closing disciple, if this big guy with a sturdy back, strong fists and a big grizzly kick doesn't mind, can you form a team with me? You? Yes, it's under. Jianglin stood up straight, his heart beating violently. Zhonglin decided that in order to catch up with the Zhongmen Grand Competition, he could fool Chen Jie into his teammate. Although I say that this girl is too pretty and beautiful, yeah, the guy who is too pretty likes to fight bears everywhere in winter, and exchanges fists with others at every turn. But let's not say that they have strong fighting power, and he only has boxing in his head. This is very simple. If there is an ambiguity at the time, he can convince him that in general, there should be no big problems. I refuse. Hey! I'm a lone wolf. No feelings. No feelings. No more teammates. Chen Jia's head turned. If he didn't say anything, such a cute appearance could really make him bald. Wouldn't it be better? Zhonglin clapped his hands and exclaimed. Better? What's so good? Chen Jia's silky eyes looked at Zhonglin like a muggle. As a matter of fact, I have my own plans for this Zhongmen Grand Tournament. I really don't want to find someone to form a team. Since you also want to act alone, it's better to form a team in name and perform various actions. What do you think of a man who looks masculine, bears back and shows masculinity? Masculine. Chen Jia's slender finger pointed at herself, and her face was so cute. It's a pity. Yes. Tiger back and bare waist. Yes. Big man. Yes. Don't you think I am a bitch? Hey! If you are a maiden, then I, Zhonglin, is not as good as a maiden? Is Dai Chen really humiliating me, Zhonglin? Since your excellency is not willing to team up with me, that's all. With a wave of his big sleeve, Zhonglin turned around and was about to leave. Wait, wait! Chen Jie grabbed the corner of Zhonglin's clothes, lowered his head, his long eyelashes blinked like a snow brush, his white face was puffed up, and his eyes like autumn water were simply challenging Zhonglin's reason. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry, let's form a team. The moment Chen Jie raised his eyes, Zhonglin's nose was bleeding quietly. Ah, slow. Master, I just took the task and I will go out soon. Master takes good care of myself and remembers not to grab honey with the black fur monsters on the mountain. Remember to dry the quilt more. Master can also take out the books in my room and dry them when they are free. Don't just eat meat, eat more vegetables and have a balanced nutrition. No. Xiao Linlin, don't leave, I just came back and said, stay 2 more days, Master hasn't slept with Xiao Linlin yet. The dilapidated small attic on Mount Everest, Zhang Lin carried a small baggage on his back, while speaking parting words, he wanted to remove the master who was holding him tightly, but helplessly, the other party was really holding too tight. Master, obedient, I will bring you back candied haws when I get back. Don't. I will definitely make a mousse cake for you when I come back. No. I'm going to be a little pro. Master, look. There are shooting stars. Hey? Where? At the moment when the fish mud relaxes his vigilance, Zhang Lin takes off the fish mud lotus arm, and the aura of the horse gallops away, doing it in one go. You lied to Master. Master doesn't like Xia Linlin so much. Zhang Yunhua shouted to Zhang Lin who was going away. Listening to the soft shouts from Mount Everest, Zhang Lin wiped his face. The demon monks of other nearby mountains raised their heads one after another. They knew that it was the pair of masters and disciples who made the enviable farewell to them. Okay, don't shout, like a grudge, it's not ashamed. Just after Zhang Lin left, a graceful woman with a nice face stepped onto the double Everest. Are you ashamed? The figure of the fish mud gradually changed, from the original 1.5 meter Hashimoto Kana to the 1.7 meter senior. A charming smile emerged from the corners of fish mud. A pair of dull eyes instantly became cold like a queen, unfolding a bun. A pair of black eyes, cherry pink lips, a graceful figure more and more appearing under the already relatively small long gown, a shawl and long hair blowing in the breeze. Subordinates meet the leader. Fangruo smiled and bowed his skirt. Zhang Yuni, also known as Zhang Yuni, the master of Mount Everest, is the most powerful hidden man of the Sun Moon sect. He is also a genius who is hard to come up with in 1,000 years. He inherited the leader at the age of 20 and reached the Yupor realm of the upper 5 realms at the age of 30. It's a pity that it's hard to make a breakthrough in the 20 years since then, so I lived in seclusion on Mount Everest, handed over the affairs of education to others, and concentrated on practicing. Except for a few people, no one knows her identity. Did the leader follow Zhang Lin again this time? Every time Zhang Lin goes down the mountain to practice, this beautiful and moon-looking leader will always follow him secretly, for fear that something will happen to Zhang Lin, except for the fact that Zhang Lin went to Longmen sect during the last retreat. Last time because of retreat, I didn't know that he had gone to Longmen sect until Xiao Jianglin came back. Xiao Jianglin also said that the 4 dragon veins were picked up. Humph! It must be abducted from Longmen sect. Yu reading www.yuyuganshu.com. This time Lin King Guandao's heart was damaged in the Dragon Gate. I guess it was related to Xiao Lin. Longmenzong will definitely let Lin King Guan go to Zongmendabi to sharpen her Dao Xin, and Xiaolin will now have a mission. It must be for that Lin King Guan. After all, Xiaolin is so kind, and he must be overwhelmed with wanting to make up for it. What if they really love each other? If I don't attack again, my little pro will be abducted by the enchantress. Fang Ruo sighed lightly, then what does the leader plan to do this time? Ginger Fish Mud smiled seductively, turned around, and the skirt was clear, and in a blink of an eye she became a cute little girl who was about 10 years old. Friend Zhang Dao, why do you seem to be in such a hurry? Chen Jie, who joined Zhang Lin, was surprised when he saw that he was riding a horse running like a sister-in-law outside the gate of the magic sect. A word is hard to say. Zhang Lin thought of his master holding himself in tears and knows, and remembering the image of his master alone in the empty nest of Mount Everest. Zhang Lin felt very guilty for a while. After this mission is over, stay with master more. It's getting late, Brother Chen, let's go now. Good. Because the pure Wufa can't protect himself from the wind and wind before the 7th stage, Zhang Lin wants to pull him to his aura and gallop together in tandem. But Chen Ji refused to live and die. He said that he should exercise his physique. So Zhang Lin flew in the sky, and Chen Ji ran on the ground. On the evening of the 5th day, the two went to a cave thousands of miles away from Suanwu Mountain, where the Zongmen Grand Competition was held, for the night, and planned to enter the mountain early tomorrow morning. And just as the two were grilling fish, a little girl's cry came from not far from the cave. Bang! The sound of a boulder falling to the ground spread throughout the forest, and several black and white wolves that resemble Urha fell to the ground, raising countless dust. Looking at the overbearing figure in front, Zhang Lin smashed his mouth. As expected, he was the 6th level of pure martial arts. This punch was extremely overbearing. I can only say that fortunately, Chen Jia is a man. Otherwise, if this small fist hits your chest, how many liters of blood can you vomit? Little sister, are you okay? Crouched down, Chen Jia looked at the girl in a daze, who wanted to cry but was too scared to cry. Just after the two heard the girl's cry for help, Zhang Lin and Chen Jia went to the rescue without even thinking about it. Just seeing Chen Jia's gentle look, Zhang Lin couldn't help but come back to his senses. Something is wrong, are you not a member of the magic sect? How can it be more pure than decent? What's your name? Gently smoothed the long soft hair of the little girl, Chen Jia spoke soft words with a deep baritone with a beautiful appearance. South Xiaoman. The little girl gradually calmed down, but her big watery eyes felt like she was about to cry next moment. With the help of moonlight, Zhang Lin looked at the little girl carefully. Although the torn clothes are covered with dust and the hair is messy, the girl is really cute. She has big eyes and watery eyes. Although her small face is a little thin, her facial features are very delicate. She wears a gothic dress and walks on the street. Definitely some weird target who pulled out lollipop. I've never seen this little girl, that's for sure, but the question is, why do I feel that this little girl is so familiar? Little sister, where is your home? Crouched down, Zhang Lin forced an old father-like smile. Xiao Man. Xiao Man has no home. The little girl lowered her head, poking her fingers at each other. What about your parents, little sister? Xiao Man's parents are already. Talking and talking, the girl is about to cry. Hey! Zhang Lin! What are you doing? Seeing that the girl was about to cry, Chen Jia violently raised his fist and was about to wave towards Zhang Lin ear. Brother Chen, wait a minute. Holding Chen Jia's small fist, gently lowering him, pulling him aside, and whispering, what is Brother Chen going to do with this child? How to deal with it, of course, is to take it with her. Everyone is lonely and alone, should she let her fend for herself? Zhang Lin twitched his brows. Brother Chen, we are villains. We are members of the demon cult. I think we should. Zhang Lin raised his eyebrows and gave Chen Jia a wink. Zhang Lin. Suddenly, Chen Jia pulled a distance away and put out a fist frame, if you dare to move her, I'll beat your chest. Wait, Brother Chen, you are misunderstood. I mean Brother Chen is obsessed with martial arts, and he lacks in cultivating his mind and seeing people. Brother Chen, you think, how could we meet such a girl in this barren mountain? And why is this weak girl able to persist until we come? And it just happens to have no father or mother, homeless. What do you mean? Chen Jia also found something wrong, but it couldn't tell. I am worried that this girl is a member of the magic sect, who specializes in sabotage. Chen Jia, Brother Zhang also forgot? We are members of the magic section. Jianglin wants to curse some people, you are still so caring. I mean, if this girl has any conspiracy, Brother Chen is obsessed with martial arts and is hard to deal with. This girl also asked Brother Chen to take care of me. When we arrive in the town under Suanwu Mountain, we will help her find a good family. Chen Jie touched his chin, and finally nodded, it's okay, but I want to ask. Brother Chen, please. Brother Zhang, shouldn't it be the control of those rumors? Early the next morning, Zhang Lin and Chen Jie led Nan Xiaoman into Suanwu City under Suanwu Mountain. As an affiliated town of Suanwu Mountain where this Zongmen Grand competition was held, people are already in Suanwu City, and various sects walk around neatly wearing their own sect system. I have to say that people who cultivate immortals don't have any bad looks, handsome guys and beauties are everywhere. Under Zhang Lin's suggestion, the three of them went to the inn to stay, or else there would be no guest rooms. After Zhang Lin's instructions, Chen Jie took Xiao Man and waited in the inn. Zhang Lin said that he would go outside to replenish supplies. As a result, when Zhang Lin came back, he saw that Zhang Lin took out 3 sets of women's clothing and various rouge gouache and female accessories from the storage ring. Chen Jie and Xiao Man looked at Zhang Lin with perverted eyes. Cough cough cough. When going out, disguise is extremely important. Come on, let's change it quickly. When it comes to women's clothing, Chen Jie was extremely resistant, and felt that this was an insult to his status as a pure man. As a result, after Zhang Lin flickered and put on women's clothing, and put on a few layers of rouge, Chen Jie felt extremely entangled in his heart, and felt that he really shouldn't be so obsessed with the details. And this dress really looks pretty. It's just that Zhang Lin is depressed. Even if Xiao Man is left, why does Chen Jie go back to his room after changing clothes? What's so shy about this? Make me Kongkondo good. Wait, is Chen Jie really a girl? Looking forward with a little excitement, Yu reading www.yuuganchu.com. Jianglin waited outside Chen Jie and Xiao Man's room. As soon as they came out, Zhang Lin's eyes lit up. It was just a change of clothes. Xiao Man felt like a little girl in the scholarly family, cute and pure. Chen Jie is even more beautiful, simple hair accessories, fringed light gauze dress, a pair of embroidered shoes, although all legs below the neck, but really beautiful. But looking at Chen Jie's Yumapingchuan, Zhang Lin's heart is very complicated. Jianglin feels that his chest muscles are bigger than him. In order to be more authentic, Zhang Lin also handed Chen Jie the 2 hot steamed buns he had just bought. I'm not hungry. Zhang Lin Bei gave Chen Jie a glance, I'm not hungry either. Then Zhang Lin stuffed the steamed bun into his arms. Chen Jie was taken aback when he saw this scene, and then his fair and pretty face blushed instantly. With a bang, Zhang Lin, who had not yet reacted, was shot directly out of the stairs. After the 3 of them had lunch together, Zhang Lin was worried about Xiao Man's identity and wanted to take her to collect information, while Chen Jie suspected that Zhang Lin was a lowly in control, and followed. Walking on the street, just when Zhang Lin wanted to use the secret technique Your So Sao to inquire about information with beauty. On the other side of the street, a man lightly bumped the shoulder of a man, and then he flew 3 meters away and fell to the ground, vomiting blood. Fuck! Touching porcelain. Seeing the blood flying out of this buddy's mouth, and then watching this buddy's movement of trying to get up from the ground but feeling powerless, Zhang Lin secretly wondered, and wanted to go up and sing him an actor. This is definitely something. Have practiced. Take a closer look. Unexpectedly, these 2 people knew all of them. The person who touches porcelain is called Feng Chaokan, which is taught by Sun and Moon. Was discovered by herself when she stole the belly band in the bathhouse of the Sun and Moon teachers. Afterwards, the 2 of them split the account for 5-5. The original belly band sold a lot of money and was a business partner. The other is an inner disciple of the Longmen sect, named Tan Xiao, whose realm is the sea-viewing realm of the middle 5 realms. He knows some pharmacology, and has a crush on a younger sister in the sect. In fact, the little younger sister is also very concerned about this. This brother is interesting. But once, because the little sister had a stomachache, she wanted the brother to diagnose. Then the brother just glanced at the little sister, and then he said drink more hot water and continued to practice swords. Little junior sister never looked for Tan Xiao again. In the second month, the little sister announced that she had a Taoist companion. Qin Xiao cried for a long time, and kept looking for Zhang Lin to drink. Looking at the two of them, Zhang Lin frowned. I can only say that things in the world are all such coincidences. I actually met them all. Back to the scene, not to mention that the street vendors were all dumbfounded. Even Tan Xiao, who was walking on the road, didn't remember what was going on. You walked well by yourself, but you just touched it like this, and you also flew out of your own blood and flew far away. What's the matter? You, cough cough cough. Finally stood up with difficulty, and the pale-faced skirt wiped the corners of his mouth. And just as he was about to speak, Fang Chao skirted his body, his cheeks drummed, and the blood flew again with a puff, and fell straight down. Brother! What's wrong with you? Brother! Wen was down on the skirt, a woman wearing worn-out linen sews and mended her, and hugged her brother tightly, tears falling down. You guys! Why? My brother has no grievances and no enmity against you, why are you such a murderer against my brother? Is there still no humanity? Is there no king's law in Suanwu city? Brother, what should I do with my sister-in-law? What about you and your sister-in-law's children? Recently, the house price has been expensive, and the bank's loan has not been repaid, brother. The cry of the woman spread all over the alley, and many people gathered around with melons. Tan Xiao still looked bewildered, and even had 3 consecutive life questions. Broad days! How dare you commit crimes in the street? Looking at the scene in front of him, Chen Jia suddenly stopped doing it, and wanted to go forward to seek justice for the man who vomited blood, but he didn't hold Zhang Lin with his wrist. Brother Zhang, why did you stop me? Jianglin looked helpless. Brother Chen, we are members of the demon cult. So? Chen Jia looked at Zhang Lin innocently. The cute look of "we are members of the demon cult" made Zhang Lin wonder if Chen Jia had entered the wrong section. Brother Chen, please rest assured, that person is safe and sound, and is walking with us to touch porcelain. Porcelain? What is porcelain? This, a bit hard to explain. Zhang Lin looked at Tan Xiao, who was surrounded by the crowd, and looked at his sect uniform. Zhang Lin was no longer familiar with it. It was the uniform of the inner sect disciple of the Longmen sect. Since Longmen sect has appeared here, that means Lin Qingguan has already arrived in Suanwu city. This buddy, maybe he can be his breakthrough. Anyway, leave this to me to deal with, Brother Chen, don't walk around here with Xiao Man. I'll buy you some oranges back. Oranges? I don't like oranges. Listening to Zhang Lin's inexplicable words, although Chen Jia wanted to ask clearly, Zhang Lin's back figure has gradually moved forward, and Chen Jia even felt that his back figure carries a certain perseverance and determination. The discussion on the street was getting louder and louder. Qin Xiao was going to check the injury of Fang Zhao's skirt. When his hand just touched Fang Zhao's skirt woke up as if he had returned to light. Brother! The woman said in surprise. The man who touched the porcelain waved his hand, got up with difficulty, and wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. This Xian Tai, I have no grievances with you, why did you hurt me so cruelly? That caused me to break the main road. Just now. Want to kill me secretly? Tan Xiao. It's nothing. Anyway, I don't expect to enter the realm of nascent soul in my life anyway. I already have the heart to live in seclusion. As long as 99 middle-grade spirit stones are used for healing, the others are forgotten. What do you think of this, brother? Hey! Cough cough. While talking, Fang Kaoken coughed again, and blood spurted out. Brother! The woman cried again, don't you give us 99 middle-grade spirit stones? Is the so-called decency of Longmen sect behaves like this? You. The man with the sword was desperate, anxious, and angry, and even wanted to be incompetent and furious. Although the 99 middle grade spirit stone is not a large sum, as a disciple of the inner sect of Longmen sect, he also took it out, but he didn't want to give it. Yu reading www.yuyugonshu.com because from the moment when he asked for money, he remembered that in the mountain gate, a junior brother had told him that he remembered that he called it Penkai. Unexpectedly, that little junior brother betrayed Longmen sect and died under the sword of Sister Lin. After that day, the senior sister never said a word. The little girl has a pill that can cure all diseases and wounds. Please don't dislike this Xiant Tai. Just when the manly face of the saber flushed, a woman came up with a light skirt and light makeup. With just one glance, Tan Xiao's face became even more red. Girl! They are porcelain. I must take them to the law enforcement team. There is no need for a girl to lose money. Oh, porcelain is a false meaning. Watching this pretty girl walk forward, Tan Xiao hurriedly said. The law enforcement team? Haha. My brother was seriously injured and he must go to the law enforcement team to seek justice. The next moment, the woman patted the back of Fang's skirt, and Fang Kaoken really squirted blood out of her face. It's really pale. You guys made forgeries. Tan Xiao's face was blue and white for a while, and he was so angry that he almost drew his sword. But this girl's big palm lightly pressed on the back of Tan Xiao's hand, shook his head, and continued to walk forward, taking out the pills. A pill wants to send me? I tell you, I just jump from here, even if I starve to death, I will. This medicine is called stretching legs and staring eye pills. Before she finished copying her skirt, the woman interrupted with a smile. Stretch your legs, stare, you are. Looking at the delicate woman, Fang Kaoken was very surprised. Old man. On the street, the two sides stared at each other with big eyes. Who are you looking at? I looked at you with awkward brows, and fell into silence for a while. Brother Zhang. This is a good deal. You are a savvy person, don't you? Brother Zhang has other plans. The monks of the middle five realms can use Xinhu to transmit their voices, and Fang Zhaoken looked at Zhang Lin incomprehensibly. How did this man who used to steal and sell apron with himself suddenly become a good person? Zhang Lin, Brother Fang. You don't know anything, this time I came to take the task of, and there is a big plan. This person is my springboard. I have to help him first. Major conspiracy. Fang Kaoken looked at Zhang Lin, and carefully looked at his woman's dress. At that time, he was too shocked to pay attention. Now take a closer look, let alone, there is no flavor. Suddenly, Fang Chao skirt understands. Brother Zhang actually came to Suanwu City, definitely to destroy Zhang Mendabi, and Brother Zhang wanted to mix into Longmen Zong in a female costume, to provoke the feelings between Longmen Zongshi brothers with beauty, and even draw swords for the beautiful, in order to damage their Dao Xin. Fang Duoken sighed slightly in his heart, and transmitted his voice from Xinhu Lake, it's worthy of Brother Zhang. My mind is so careful. And I can only think of this trick to touch porcelain, which is really ashamed. No, I just casually mentioned touch porcelain to Brother Fang before, but Brother Fang can use this touch porcelain in such a pure and innocent way. I didn't expect Zhang Lin, and I really admire it, but this time I still invite the room brother can cooperate with me a little bit. It turned out to be Brother Jiang's request. I will definitely not refuse, but my belly will be divided into one thing in the future. I am 4 and you are 6. Ha ha ha, Brother Zhang actually said so, then I'm busy, I'll copy the skirt to help. Just when the two looked at each other and almost sparked, the big sleeves of Fang Zhao's skirt waved, my sister. Let's go. Hey? But brother. It's nothing, it's Zhang, for the face of this girl, let's go. Fang copied skirts and said no more, and walked away quickly, and although his sister was stunned by a car, she still followed. The people who eat melon don't know what's going on. Qin Xiao only knows that the girl may have just spoken to him with her heart. As for what she said, she doesn't know what she said, but the girl really helped herself. This is kindness. Girl, Tan Xiao in Xiaolong Menzong, thank you very much for her help. As the crowd of people eating melons dispersed, Qin Xiao bowed his hand. If the girl doesn't mind, Qin would like to ask the girl to have a cup of tea to show her gratitude. Zhang Lin looked surprised, and the boss of beautiful eyes opened wide. Tin Xiao? Longmen sect? Are you the brother Tan often mentioned by your brother? The girl's elder brother. Oh, brother. Zhang Linear. In the tea house, at the tea table by the window, Zhang Lin and Tan Xiao made women's clothes face to face, while Chen Jia took Nan Xiaoman back to the inn under Zhang Lin's instruction. Hey! I didn't expect that Miss Zhang, your brother turned out to be. Alas! What a pity! What a sigh! Hearing that the girl named Zhang Xin is Zhang Lin's younger sister, Qin Xiao's eyes couldn't help but moist. Although I have only been with Zhang Lin for less than a year, I can still vividly remember the things of catching hares with him, talking about swordsmanship, playing flying chess together, and enjoying the moon on the roof of the female monks' dormitory together. It can be said that it is Zhang Lin who has activated the atmosphere of Longmen sect in just 1 year. Unexpectedly, Zhang Lin turned out to be a member of the demon cult, stole the dragon veins, and finally died personally under Sister Lin's long sword. Listening to Tan Xiao's sigh, Zhang Xin wiped a tear from his eyes, with a sad voice, although brother is a member of the demon cult, brother really likes Longmen sect, but he has no choice but to enter the game too deep and cannot turn his head. This time stealing dragon vessels is also the command of the master. I believe brother is very entangled in his heart and can die. Under Lin Xian's sword, I think it's my brother's long-cherished wish. While talking, Zhang Lin's tears fell ticking, and Tan Xiao also lowered his head and wiped his tears. And just when Tan Xiao raised his head and wanted to say something to comfort the girl, behind Zhang Xin, a woman who looked like a dust did not know when to appear. The girl wore a long cyan gauze dress, and her long black hair was curled up from the bun. It ran behind the girl like black silk, just below the waist. The exquisite face was still so perfect and exquisite without any makeup applied. The curve is as moving as a winding creek. At this time, the woman's eyes are already reddened. Sister Linear. Tan Xiao quickly got up and gave a salute. While covering his face with both sleeves, Zhang Lin was also surprised when he was smearing his eyes with onion juice. Fuck! I was so into the show just now that I didn't even notice the arrival of senior sister Lin. Lin Fairy, little girl Zhang Xin. Zhang stood up and bowed to Lin Qingguan with red eyes. Are you Zhang Lin's sister? Lin Qingguan looked at Zhang Lin, her eyes were already moist. Yes. I killed your brother. One life pays another life, you kill me. Lin Qingguan handed out the long sword and looked at Zhang Lin calmly. In her eyes, Zhang Lin saw deep sadness and regret, as well as despair in the world. Took the long sword and looked at Lin Qingguan's white neck. Zhang Lin shook his head and dropped the long sword. In his sleeve, he took out an envelope that had been prepared a long time ago. Fairy Lin, as the little girl said just now, brother died under your sword is his long-cherished wish. However, if Fairy Lin has broken his heart because of his brother and has no relationship with Dao since then, this is the last thing my brother wants to see. Please take a look at this letter. Brother asked me to give it to Sister Linear. Looking at the envelope, Lin Qingguan, who has always been cold, shook her eyes, as if she was about to cry in the next moment. As a result, the envelope was slowly torn open, and the familiar handwriting appeared in front of the girl again. Zhang Linear. Zhang Linear. Zhang Linear. Held the envelope to her chest, the girl was sitting on the ground like an unfolded lotus, her beautiful face was crying heartbreaking. Also ask Fairy Lin to bring his brother's share, and work hard. Seeing that the other party is so sad for him, Zhang Lin's heart is also moved, but the long-term pain is not as good as the short-term pain. Instead of letting the other party break through the door of the magic sect and raise his ashes, it is better to be a passerby from now on. However, just when Zhang Lin was about to leave like this, the voice of the mission suddenly sounded. System. Vulgar language. The second item, I choose the second item. At the last second, Zhang Lin hurriedly made a choice. Otherwise, the ghost knew what things this system's mandatory escrow would do. Took a deep breath, stopped. Zhang Lin suddenly turned around and shouted, Lin Fairy. Please don't cry. I am Zhang Lin. The sudden sweet drink made the melon eaters in the tea house stop their movements, and Tan Xiao looked at Zhang Lin with a hui. Lin Qingguan was also taken aback, and turned around holding the letter. The sad look of the girl who was still sitting on the ground kept breaking through Zhang Lin's psychological defense. Sister Zhang, what did you just say? Zhang Lin sweated coldly, I am Zhang Lin. I won't forgive you for crying like this again. Sister Zhang Xin. Fairy Lin. See what you look like now. You are crying and crying here, why are you crying? If there is anything to cry, you have to cry back and cry. Cry to death. My brother Chong Zhang Lin hopes you will live happy. Then to prove the avenue. But you are now. How do you treat me, Zhang Linear? Brother. You badass. Big bad guy. Badass. While talking, Zhang Lin put his sleeves back and covered his face, silently wiped out 2 drops of onion juice, pounced on Lin Qingguan with red eyes, and raised a small fist to hit her chest. Sister Zhang. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I should have realized that I shouldn't let Zhang Lin Juquan still I'm worried, sorry. Lin Qingguan's tears fell, holding Zhang Lin tightly in her arms. In the tea house, whether it is a monk or ordinary people, they put down the melon in their hands and wiped their faces silently. Grandpa, you are crying. A little girl shook Grandpa's sleeve. No, it's the wind and sand that has fascinated Grandpa's eyes. I can't help but think of the guy who was in the same door back then. Ding, publicly humiliate Lin Qingguan, eat Lin Qingguan tofu, system. Even though the system was fooled and there were rewards, Zhang Lin still wanted to rub the system on the ground. Lin Fairy, I hope you will practice hard. Now that I have delivered the letter, I will say goodbye. You will definitely meet a better junior. Jianglin stood up, planning to run quickly. But as soon as Zhang got up, the corner of his clothes was pulled by the girl with dim eyes. Fairy Lin, is there anything else? Lin Qingguan gently wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes, folded the envelope, and put it in her arms like a treasure. Don't call me Fairy Lin, call my sister. Sure enough, I still don't want to. Lin Qingguan lowered her head, and the appearance of her teeth biting her red lips almost caused Zhang Lin to have a myocardial infarction. No. Linear. Sister Linear. Sister Zhang, do you have a cultivator? Yes. What kind of school is it? That, Zhang Xin has no school, but the family brother sometimes teaches something when he returns to his hometown. It's a miscellaneous cultivation. This can't work, it's dangerous for a girl to be a wild cultivator. Will Sister Zhang come to my Longmen sect? I want to take care of you. No, Sister Lin kindly, Zhang Xingxin took it, but I am alone. However, if Sister Zhang does not come to my Longmen sect, then I will not be able to compensate Zhang Lin, my Dao heart cannot be repaired, and I will always be ashamed in my heart, let alone prove that the avenue put Zhang Lin under Huang Chuan. At ease. This can be regarded as sister's selfishness. Sister Zhang, can you promise me? When the time comes, our sisters will preach together and let him in our hearts have no regrets. Can you? Lin Qingguan's soft, boneless little hand held Zhang Lin's big palm, shaking slightly with tension, and her swaying eyes seemed to cry in the next moment. No. Ding, system reminder, if the host refuses Lin Qingguan's heart will be damaged, and she will still break the demons in this sect competition, and then ask the swords of each demon sect until the host is killed for n times. Sure enough, Sister Zhang is just comforting me, but is she still hating me from the bottom of my heart? After that, Lin Qingguan held Zhang Lin's delicate hand and put it down. No. That's not the case. Zhang Lin grabbed Lin Qingguan's slender hand, tears really ticked down, no onions were used, Sister Lin, I mean, nothing is impossible. I'm back. Well, I'm back. After agreeing to pack up and move to the restaurant where Long Menzong lived, Zhang Lin finally got away. What's wrong? You don't look good. Chen Jie poured a cup of tea for Zhang Lin and sat dignified in front of Zhang Lin. Seriously, looking at Chen Jie's dignified and innocent appearance, Zhang Lin would never believe that he was a man if it weren't for Yuma Ping Chuan. Brother Chen, I have some things to deal with, we probably have to act separately. It's okay. Our team is a formality. Even if you don't say it, I will be separated from you when the Zongmen Grand Competition begins. It's just. Chen Jie looked at the person who was sleeping in the morning. Nan Xiaoman. I have already told Long Menzong about Xiaoman, maybe I can become a disciple of Long Menzong. Long Menzong? But what if Xiaoman is bullied? I heard that those so-called decents fight in secret, candied fruits and knives behind their backs. They are just the devil. Zhang Linbei glanced at Chen Jie, first of all, at Yu reading www.yuyukanshu.com, we are magic sect, more like the devil. It should be us, but, our Sunyu sect is relatively simple and simple. Long Menzong has a good atmosphere, Xiao Man will not be bullied. Really? Really, or let Xiaoman follow you around asking for punches. By then, I don't know how the wind of punches will affect you to death. Glanced at Nan Xiaoman, who was sleeping, and then at Zhang Lin. Although this man likes women's clothing and looks good in women's clothing, this man is not bad along the way, at least he is a good person. In that case, let me send Xiao Man over with you. No way. Why? Xiao Man can't bear you the most, what if you two are crying and crying? By then, others thought I was abducting children, and I heard that Wushuan domineering fist sect has entered the city. Doesn't Chen brother want to ask Xuan? Right. But... Chen Jie stood up and wanted to ask a punch, but he was very reluctant to bear this girl. Please rest assured Brother Chen, I will take good care of Xiaoman, the world martial artist is simply neat, I don't think Brother Chen will be like a lady. Of course not. I'm a pure man. Chen Jie wrinkled her eyes and pouted her mouth, making her even more cute. In this case, Xiao Man will ask Brother Zhang, and I will go to Longmen sect to see Xiao Man. At that time I will go with Brother Chen. Chen Jie nodded, and took off his long skirt. It was full of men's clothing, and it was not too hot, he strode out of the inn. The door of the room closed, Zhang Lin sighed softly, looked at the cute little girl lying on the bed, Zhang Lin suddenly shouted, Master, the ice cream cake is ready. Ice cream cake? Where and where? How's it going, Master, do you know what's wrong? Inside the inn, Zhang Lin held his chin and looked at himself, a woman who had already returned to her original form and left home without authorization. Zhang Yama sat obediently across from Zhang Lin, with watery eyes, like a little girl doing wrong things. But, even though his master is a few dozen years older than himself, Zhang Lin feels that she will always be a little girl who has not grown up and needs her own care. If you don't admit your mistakes, then I won't be back to Mount Everest for a year. Said, Zhang Lin resolutely got up and turned his head to leave. Don't, Xiao Linlin, don't leave Master, don't go home, don't talk to Master, Master is wrong, Master is really wrong. Zhang Yuni knelt sideways on the ground, holding Zhang Lin's thigh, sniffing his nose, and crying. Cute appearance made Zhang Lin sigh. Helped her master up, and gently wiped her tears and snot. Zhang Yuma put her hands on her symmetrical legs. Her little aggrieved hamster looked like a chestnut robbed. Ming Ming said that he used to be a great monk in the second floor of the 10th state of the nascent soul realm. You know it's wrong. Zhang Li felt a little bit dumbfounded when he touched Master's little head and looked at the expression of the girl that Master wanted to hold back but couldn't help sobbing. Master, I know it's wrong, wrong. What's wrong? The fault is that the Master should not deceive Xiaolin by changing his appearance. Zhang Lin lightly tapped his master's cerebellum, a little bit dumbfounded. Is this the reason? Holding her little head in her hands, the girl's aggrieved little eyes made Zhang Lin quickly look away, otherwise Awei would die. The fault is, the master you shouldn't leave the house privately, you should wait for Xiaolin to come back. Well, it's good to know that you are wrong. Squatting in front of Zhang Yuni, Zhang Lin pretended to be serious, but his heart was warm. He knew that his master came because he was worried about him, and those who can think of himself from the heart, in this world, probably only his master is alone. For Zhang Lin, Fish Mud is not only a master, but also a family member. But because of this, Zhang Lin was afraid that his master would have an accident. It was okay to teach at Ryu. Anyway, the folk customs are simple and there is nothing to worry about. There is still Sister Fang Ruo taking care of it, but it's not the same after being taught by Ryu. In addition, his master is so beautiful, of such a good figure, and stupid. If he is sold, Zhang Lin doesn't know what he will do. Master, hurry back and I will send a letter to Sister Fang Ruo in 3 days. If Master does not arrive home, then I will be really angry. But I am worried about you, Xiaolin. Master, rest assured, I will take care of myself. On the contrary, I am worried about you being outside, Master. Zhang Lin thought for a while. Forget it, I'll let the Longmen sect thing go first, and I will personally send Master back. Right. Jiangli felt that he could use an excuse to go to his hometown to pack things, and then come to Suanwu City to meet Lin Qingguan. This shouldn't be a big problem. No, Master will definitely go back on time. Master is not a kid. It's fine for Xiaolin to do his own thing, Master doesn't want to influence Xiaolin. Is it really okay? Zhang Lin was still a little worried. Master is also very strong. Raised his sleeves, Zhang Yuma showed his white lotus arms to show his strongness. Well then. Zhang Lin put a GPS spell on Zhang Yuma, so that he can know where his master is located at any time. In fact, Zhang Lin also knew that he was thinking too much. Although his master had fallen, but no matter what, he was still in the first floor of Yuanying realm. The chance of an accident was too small to hurry back. Master, I'm sorry, I still need to stay here for some time. I will definitely go back as soon as the matter is processed. Well, Master will be waiting for Xiaolin. Before Zhang Lin could react, Zhang Yuni took a mouthful of Zhang Lin's face, blushing, and left Yujian from the window. Touching his cheek, watching his master who was flying away, Zhang Li smiled and shook his head. This face, let's not wash it today. Over Suanwu City, there were people flying in the wind one after another. Among them, some took girls for a ride, some went back and forth, and some peddled some fancy products. On the outskirts of Suanwu City, in an unmanned place, Zhang Yuma jumped. Next Fijian lightly tapped his slender hand, took down the positioning spell Zhang Lin had pressed on him, and pressed it on an ordinary flying sword. The slender hand patted the tail of the sword lightly, and the flying sword drove in the direction of Ryu Jiao at a very fast speed. Xiaolinlin is still a child, so it's easy to be deceived by girls. Thinking of the cute look of Jianglin pretending to be angry and comforting herself in the inn, the woman couldn't help but chuckled. Zhang Yimou knew that Zhang Lin might discover his cross-dressing, but he didn't expect it to be so fast, but it didn't matter, he was also ready for second hand. And it was discovered so quickly. Yu reading www.yuyuganshu.com does not mean that Xia Linlin values me very much? Thinking about it, the girl smiled like a flower. He was chanting a mantra. After a while, Zhang Yimou's height, which was less than 1.5 meters, instantly increased by 10 centimeters. His long legs stood proudly, and his long hair spread out like a waterfall and draped behind his shoulders. The curvy curve was slightly smaller. The skirt is more and more perfect. The fat little faces of some babies originally had small tips, and a pair of charming eyes were like a hook. Mei Gu Tiancheng is the best description. Stepped on the flying sword, Zhang Yuni turned and flew towards the city lord's mansion in the center of Suanwu City. Suanwu City Lord's mansion. Let that silly girl come in. The guard of the city lord's mansion just wanted to stop, a female voice spread through everyone's hearts, and the magic circle opened. Rare guest. In the backyard of Suanwu City, the woman who was teasing the cat with the cat stick slowly got up. Yeah, I haven't seen you for so many years. I didn't expect our leader to be a virgin. Looking at the big cold beauty in front of her, the woman smiled softly. The Sun Moon teachers of all the past dynasties practiced Dafa. If they did not double cultivation, the bottleneck of the avenue would be greatly suppressed, and they would not be able to squeeze into the 5 realms. Then our leader, no matter how talented, now at most, it's the triple floor of Yuanying stage, right? Or is there no man in the jade eye of our leader? Just you talk a lot. Ginger Fish Mud glanced at the woman coldly. But just this glance made the heartbeat of the city lord of Suanwu City, who has experienced countless experiences as a woman, couldn't help speeding up, let alone a man. Lightly raised the skirt, Zhang Yimou sat on the swing made of flower branches with his slender jade legs upright. To make a long story short, this time the Zhongmen competition, I want to participate. Walking on the street, Zhang Lin was very sad. How can I let Sister Lin completely let go? Do you really want to practice together with Sister Lin, and then ascend together? What a joke, I am a member of the demon cult, and I need to go through a root test to go to Longmen sect. What is the gender correction? It is tested all at once. Isn't this killing my own? Can't do it. You have to think of a way, otherwise it will be a matter of time to wear a gang. However, during the Zhongmen Grand Competition, please hold down Senior Sister Lin first. After confirming a small goal, Zhang Lin straightened the big steamed bun on his chest and walked to the inn where the Longmen sect lived. As soon as he arrived at the inn, Longmen sect gave Zhang Lin a welcoming ceremony. A big banner "Welcome Zhang Xin" to get started was pulled out. Many men familiar with Zhang Lin came to give it to himself. Carry baggage. What's more, the girls who entered the Longmen sect at the same time as them saw Zhang Lin's little junior sister shining brightly, and took Zhang Lin's hand and asked for warmth. Zhang Lin was reluctantly held by these sisters of the same period. Although I took the opportunity to touch 2 of them. After that, the teacher of the Longmen sect was responsible for the preliminary interview for Zhang Lin. In fact, it was a procedure to meet him. Since then, the whole welcome party has ended, but it has already arrived in the evening. As soon as he came out of the room where the teacher led by Longmen sect, Zhang Lin was stopped by countless seniors. Sister Zhang Xin, there will be a lantern festival in Suanwu City at night. Is junior sister Zhang Xin willing to move forward? Sister Zhang Xin, brother, I can chant a good poem. Junior sister, I deeply regret your brother's affairs, being his best friend. I will definitely take good care of you. Go and practice well, if I see you dangling in front of my sister again, the door will deal with it. Just when Zhang Lin wanted to kick these shameless guys away, Lin Qingguan grabbed the sword and walked over. Sister Linear. Without even thinking about it, Zhang Lin directly plunged into the gentle embrace of the senior sister. It's okay. Although these people are lustful, they are pretty nice. Gently hugged Zhang Lin, who had made a head out of his own, and Lin Qingguan patted him on the shoulder. Why? Still not leaving? Lin Qingguan glared at the apprentices, everyone stunned, and ran away quickly. Okay, it's okay, don't worry, you are the younger sister of Zhang Lin and me. I won't let anyone bully you. Gently pinching Zhang Lin's cheek, Lin Qingguan smiled, very cute and cute compared to the usual stern image. Well, thanks Sister Lin, Zhang Xin will return to the room first. It always feels like staying with Lin Qingguan for a second longer, and the possibility of exposure will increase by 1 point. Zhang Lin also wants to run quickly, and after returning to the room by the way, see how the 2 exercise fluids are used. Wait a minute. Just as Zhang Lin just turned around, Lin Qingguan took Zhang Lin's hand. Sister Lin, is there anything else? Looking directly at Lin Qingguan's eyes, Zhang Lin's heart beats extremely fast. Sister Lin, shouldn't she find something? Sister Zhang, can you come with me, to sleep with me at night? Hey! At night, the moonlight slowly spilled into the windows, and the cool summer breeze gently blew the screen windows. In a guest room in the city lord's mansion of Suanwu City, a glamorous, long-haired woman lay sideways on the bed, her limbs tightly holding a 1-meter-long pillow engraved with a portrait of a man and rolling on the bed. White cheeks kept rubbing against the pillow, and he kept chanting Xiao Lin Lin. Suddenly, there was the sound of footsteps at the door, and the woman swiftly put the pillow into the quilt. The moment the door opened, the girl was already sitting on the chair, holding the teacup in her delicate hand, slowly tasting. Don't the city lord of Suanwu City even understand the etiquette of knocking on the door before entering? Raising his charming eyes like a black cat, Zhang Yuni looked at the city lord of Suanwu City Luo Qinchang, who walked in with the door closed. Luo Qinchang glanced at the charming woman in the room, sat unceremoniously beside Zhang Yumu, snatched the teacup in her hand and drank it. I have been busy from noon until now. For whom? You are so indifferent to me. I didn't force you to go. Zhang Yuni turned his head proudly, but, thank you. Hey? Fish mud, what did you just say? Although the voice is very small, Luo Qinchang seems to hear something terrible. This sun and moon guru, Sundara's fish mud, who combines high and cold in one, will take the initiative to say thank you to others. I said, thank you. The voice of fish mud is still very small, but Luo Qinchang, who is clinging to the fish mud with his cheeks and ears, can hear it clearly this time. She actually thanked herself. Looked at this glamorous woman in surprise, the slight blush on her cheeks is just lovely. Ah, I'm dead, it turns out that the fish mud has such a cute side. Luo Qinchang happily held the fish mud, rubbing her little face constantly. Okay, loosen it, Luo Qinchang, don't get into it. The fish mud pushed away Luo Qinchang, who was like a slut. He, well, you reading www.yuyugonshu.com today. I have earned it. Luo Qinchang stroked the skirt and sat down on the front of Zhang Yumu. Here, this is your identity certificate for participating in the Diamond Grand Competition. But fish mud, I said you are too protective of the calf. Zhang Lin is almost 18 years old, he is no longer the kid he used to be, and he reached the peak of the Dongfu realm at a young age. What do you do? Worried. Besides, Zhongmen Grand Competition is not about birth or death. What do you know? Took the small waist card and looked at the words Suanwu City Zhongyu on it. The woman nodded her head, the corner of her mouth rose cutely, and carefully put the waist card into her arms. Looking at this girl who once broke through the nascent soul realm and never laughed, but was only happy because of a small waist brand, Luo Qinchang didn't know what to say for a while. I can only say that the little boy at the time was really not easy. He has changed such a woman who only knows how to practice and does not eat fireworks. Oh, I haven't seen Xiao Jianglin for a long time. Right now Zhonglin should look like a Yushu Linfen. But now I am not old, maybe I and Xiaolin. Dragging his chin, Luo Qinchang subconsciously said with emotion when he remembered Zhang Lin, who was still a child. But Luo Qinchang hadn't finished speaking, a huge killing intent filled the room. Boom! In an instant, the tea table was split in half. Luo Qinchang's head was covered with cold sweat and turned to look at the woman in front of her. Her eyes had narrowed into a thin line, her natal Fijian had gone out of her body, her gloomy and beautiful face seemed to be darkened. Now, Qin Chang. The blackened and beautiful woman raised Luo Qinchang's chin with her slender hands, and said with a kindly smile. Xiao Lin, it's mine.